Yes. Take this down, man. Always remember, man, whatever you think about comes about. Whatever you focus on grows. What's up, YouTube? Hopefully you can hear me, man. What's up? Let me know you can hear me. Let me grab my other phone so I can see. All right. Somebody said, thank you for your service. You're very welcome, sir. Let's pull up YouTube. Money Flow channel. All right. Sounds good. We're back. Cooking with grease. Chapter 4 of The Science of Getting Rich says, thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from formless substance. The stuff from which all things are made is a substance which thinks, and a thought form in this substance produces the form. Original substance moves according to its thoughts, and every form and process you see in nature is the visible expression of thought in original substance. As formless stuff thinks of a form, it takes that form, and as it thinks of motion, it takes that motion. That is the way all things were created. We live in a thought world, which is part of a thought universe. The thought of a moving, well, we won't keep going. Chapter 4 of The Science of Getting Rich is entitled The First Principle in The Science of Getting Rich, which is thought. And it's kind of colorful language just to make it more interesting. It's pretty good stuff, man. If you haven't thumbed through that book, I would highly encourage you to. This is what we're seeing under Dash. This is one we've been playing here recently. And we can see this obvious zone here where, all in this area. It's not, again, we're going to talk a little bit about support and resistance. What's up, Tori? What's up, Jason? Andrew? Why do we always get echoed after 2 days of market ripping? That's how the market moves in increments of 3. Tends to be how the market moves. If you have a massive update, it's unreasonable to expect it to keep going. You're not going to get 1,000-point days. That's fucking unicorn la la land. For a stock to move, one of the things that's happened to the stock market, and we have a lot of young people that have come in, and crypto's kind of fucked up your mind. It's actually made a lot of people stupid. And they think that it's common to have something go up 100, 200, 300%. That shit is not common. That only happens in la la land, okay? In the real world, professional investors average about 19% a year. Top level, quality, high level experts that know more shit than you probably will ever know average 19, 20%. If they can bang that out, they become billionaires. So if you get where you could bang out 20% a year consistently, year after year after year after year, and you're not a billionaire, you're just dumb. Like it can be, well, billionaire is probably a little too high, but multi-millionaire. Matter of fact, if you can do that consistently, people will give you money to manage. And the problem with crypto is it's kind of putting people's heads that shit's supposed to go up 50, 60, 70%. That's just not the way it's supposed to work. So if you get a stock that can do 20, 30, 40% in a year, it's pretty amazing. And if you get pretty good at picking stocks like that, it's even more amazing. What I've found is what I like to do called position trading, where I buy stage ones irrelevant of where price is going. See, a lot of people are concerned with the price going up. And that's fine. Eventually we need it to go up, but shit, I don't have enough of it. Unless you sit on the board of Dash, you don't have enough of it. Did you know that? And I don't think any of you sit on the board, so you definitely ain't got enough of it. So we had a couple stage one buy zones in here, and in here, and in here. Now, as a position trader, I'd buy all of these. And then when it goes down, that's no reflection on the money flow. It's just the way stages move. So price moves in 4 stages. And, this is the diagram that I use. But in real life, dude, if it's in an up market, if it's in an up market, you're going to see it. Let's clear this up a little bit. This is a very important lesson, man. And if you're new to trading, my God, the time I could save you, what I could do for you is fucking unreal. If I could have met me when I was 23, I'd be worth like 10 times more money than I am now. So, seriously, that's a serious note, man. Whether you ever do shit with me or not, if I'd have met me or someone like me when I was 23, how rich I would be now would be night. I mean, I wouldn't be on Instagram. I'm gonna be honest. I'd probably be in Acapulco or something. You're gonna see the money flow move more like this. Now, I might be on Instagram, man. I'd be on there like bragging. So, and you're going to see stage, and what you'll see in an up move is you're still money flowing, but these little pullbacks here will be tiny. And you'll still have the stages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 2, and then 3, and 4. But the pullbacks in an up market are tiny. They're just not that big. And if you're trading with me, we'll talk about, we'll identify that when it comes, and we'll be like, hey, these are probably going to be shallow pullbacks. When you're in a bear market, it's the exact opposite. You're still money flowing. It's still money flowing, right? Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and look, it goes way down. So it does the opposite of going up. Instead of having a shallow pullback in a bear market, it has a big ass pullback. And then it runs up again, goes sideways, and then another big down. Well, the opposite in a bull market, you have long runs up, right? So once you get it, once you understand that, then all this movement becomes pretty normal. Then you just need to kind of have some confidence in your stocks. And then you got to work on, portfolio management, not being too weighted in one sector at the wrong time. And all of that nuance will come with, it's impossible to expect you to have that in a year or two. It takes 3, 4, 5 years to diversify yourself. If you're going to do it in in my opinion, and I often tell people that trading takes at least 2 years. I don't care who you study under. You could sit in my house and work with me. There's going to be shit I can't explain. You'd be like, why are you doing that? Well, did you know? And it's like, I can't explain it. I'm not a trained teacher. I've just been playing the game long enough. Why did the quarterback call an audible? He didn't like something he saw, and he may not even be able to explain what he saw. And there's some of that. There's nuances in that, and there's also skill sets involved in picking the right stocks. You can pick a wrong stock, and you're following the money flow, and the next guy picks a good one. He's following the money flow, and one guy makes more than the other. That comes down to stock picking. So there's a lot to it, and it takes time. This is Dash. This is Dash. I love how some people can tell that by looking at it and others still don't. When you start catching yourself and you can tell what that stock is without seeing the ticker, just by looking at the number and the chart pattern, your money flowing, baby. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do it on all of them, but meaning, like, let's say you just looked at AT&T and at end of the day, someone goes, hey, look at this. And it's AT&T. Like, you look at it every day. Or you go, is that AT&T? And they're like, no. And you're like, damn, looks just like it. Often I do catch myself doing that. And a lot of times it'll be a similar stock in the same sector because they all tend to flow together. Birds of a feather, so to speak, flock together. That's why I wish everybody here was in the money flow gang. Because then we could flock together. Let's see, HBI. Don't let me quit on this one. So if you were short-term trading, this is an example of one that I used last week. When I was saying I was short-term trading, I was saying if I was momentum trading, this trade is coming to an end. I got my stage 1 on the daily. I dropped my time frame down to the 1 hour, and I was waiting for the breakout. Where's previous high? This one's too close. If it's within 10%, it's too close. Ignore it. Now, that's just a general rule, okay? Not always, but generally, I'm not looking for a 10% pop. I need it to go a little further. So this becomes my first target, and then the RSI. Often these hit at the same time. When the RSI hits at the same time as a previous high, for me, you work it how you want it. I tend to take a little more off, and then I give it some room, and I hope it runs to the next one. And then when it runs to the next one, I don't go, oh man, I shouldn't have took off any here. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, cool, the money flow worked. So in a perfect world, man, it'll run up, tag a 3, you take some off, and then shit breaks out, runs again. Just let it go. Take the gain from here. Go look to add something else. And maybe we'll be so lucky we get 10, 20, 30 runaways. That'd be beautiful. You remember that time we got into Snapchat at like, I don't remember, it was like $20 or something. That bitch ran to like $60, $70. It was crazy. Only reason that one popped in my head is I had a lot of new people in the group then, and a lot of them took too much off just to watch it keep going. Because sometimes when you learn about the RSI, you see it work so magical that you're like, holy shit. And when that RSI hits, you just dump it. And that's not a bad strategy. If you were short-term momentum trading, look where it stopped, man, right where it stopped before, right? Bam, bam, bam. And then the RSI hit. That told you it was the top. But sometimes in a bull market, it'll go sideways, and then it just keeps on going. So if you're trading with me, I mean, man, there ain't nothing better than watching one just run on you and there's nothing to do but let it go. And then your only thing you're going to do is fuck it up. And a clear example of that recently has been oil. So there's a finesse and there's a strategy to getting out of a stock. Don't sell a winning stock to buy a losing stock. I've done that many times. It's dumb. It's always a bad idea. Don't ever think, oh, this stock can't go any higher and this one's gone too low, so I'm going to sell the winner to buy the loser. You would be fired in the NFL if you sold your good players and recruited 3 losers for every good player, right? That wouldn't even make sense. Sometimes when we get into the market, we start doing weird shit we would never do in real life. You know, nobody would sell a Ferrari to go get 3 shitty cars. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to be like, man, let me get rid of this Rolex and go get 10 Timexes. You don't do that. So keep that in mind in stocks too. We want to trim, but let them run. Yeah, WBA, man. And I think I've probably repeated this to nauseum, but I know some of you probably think so. But you got to remember, from my perspective, I've always got new people following me. I've always got new students. So I try to, and repetition is the mother of skill. Let's pull up my internet. Come on, man. New Orleans be fucking with me. So this is a dog of the Dow stock. And I'm a huge believer when you first come into the stock market, or if you have friends and they say, hey, I want to get into stocks. Here's what you tell them. Don't tell them to go buy some weird shit you're looking at. They don't have your same, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have my belief system. They don't have your belief system. They don't have 2 or 3 years in the market. They haven't been through a bear. Like, they're not going to have the same mental fortitude you will. And sometimes when people say, well, what's a good dividend stock? It's, well, what the fuck do you mean by good? I don't know what that means. That's like saying, is she attractive? I don't know. Well, it depends on what you like, man. You know, what kind of soda you like? I don't know, man. So one man's definition of good may mean, well, it's been going up. Well, it ain't good to me. I'm looking for dividend stocks that are undervalued. So what I might tell him is good. Somebody else might tell him, don't buy that, man. That stock's been crashed. I know. So it just depends on your definition. So you got to get clear. So from what I tell friends, new people, strangers, is dogs of the Dow. It'll never let you down. It's worked for 100 years, and it's averaged 17% a year or some crazy shit. I may have misspoke. I think it's averaged 9%. I mean, sorry, when I was looking over here, it's averaged like 9 or 10%. But the number of years that it's beat the market is shocking. And at the very least, they're going to make money, and they're not going to lose. And the traditional dogs of the Dow is buy and hold 1 year. You see the advantage of learning the money flow and laying it over the dogs of the Dow? You know, and that over time, you're kind of picking up ones. Now, I might not have picked these up, and we didn't. But, God, I mean, damn. When we got down in here, we were talking about this was a no-brainer, this Walgreens. Also, what this will do for your friends and it'll do for you is you're going to learn about some big safe stocks. If they want to play options, they could do those same stocks. They're going to get dividends. They're going to learn about different sectors. They're not going to go to zero. And when they start learning trading, we could teach them this bread and butter strategy where it's a little bit variation on the money. Man, it's a no-brainer, man. This is the easiest strategy in the world. I'm going to be honest. Can you give examples of stocks of the dog of the Dow? Yeah, man. Every year there's a new list. I would encourage you to go to my ebook. Let's check on bonds real quick. Go to chapter 10. I explain how the strategy works. I don't do the pure strategy, okay? That's the pure strategy. I do the money flow variation. Bonds are breaking out. It feels like I was in my 30s the last time bonds broke out, but that's really not true. We had a slight little teaser run over here back in June or July, but in stock market world, that feels like a lifetime ago. Bonds are breaking out. I'm almost hesitant to recommend it. It's been such a shitty position, but I continue to add to bonds on stage ones. Yeah, my man here says, Carvey, are you obsessed with Verizon? So you're going to be getting a marker out, sitting there on the phone with customers, writing VZ. You're going to look like that rapper 6ix9ine. You're going to have VZs all over you. So we got a breakout going on this. How far does this go? I don't know, but we really need to see it. Bonds are good, man. We need to get that shit back to working. Let's look at the dollar. This is why the market is going up, because the dollar is going down. We need this dollar to go down. This goes down, the stock market goes up. When this goes up, stocks go down. Go lay this correlation over the S&P 500. Is it 100%? No. But it is very, very, very hard when the dollar's going up for U.S. stocks to go up. And so we've had this huge pullback in the dollar. That's great for U.S. stocks. We're probably going to see it come into this zone here, which means we've probably only got a few up days left before we get challenged again. Meaning when this goes RSI extreme, we're probably going to see the S&P 500 go RSI extreme, and then we have a possibility of it flipping. I know I just confused the shit out of some people there. You need a mentor, man. You need a mentor, man. Don't cry about it, man. Don't cry about it. Let's check in on 3M, another dog of the Dow stock. And I'm telling you, with these stocks, you can have the confidence to just buy them on stage ones. Like, buy that one. And then you're like, it ran up and then it came down. Now I feel sad. No, you don't, man. You get to buy some more. And it's going to run up. And when it's up here, you're going to be like, man, that was awesome. I'm glad it did that. Right? I'm glad it did that. That's why you want to start with. That's why, poor connection, man. What is going on? Please don't lose my connection. Poor connection. Oh, we're back, man. Paramount and HBI broke out. HBI broke out. It did. Appreciate you, Michael, Andrew. Wild Roads. That's a cool name, bro. Wild Roads. Is that your real name? WYLDE. Man, tell me you're related to Randy Rhodes. Make my day. Yeah, I know it's been fucking hot, man. I'm telling you, I've had a crazy week, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Monday night, I'm in Coors box seats at the game. These seats are $550,000 a year for these box seats. Guest of the Coors Corporation, Coors Miller. I mean, that's blessed, right, man? The only reason is because I had started teaching on Instagram, man, and the guy follows me, and I've helped him out and encouraged him to trade and get his money right and get into other things. And, somebody else could have encouraged him, and I'm sure other people have. And it's just kind of like when the student's ready to, the master appears, so to speak. And so, that's just that guy's way of showing appreciation. But I mean, to me, it's like, wow, and then while I'm there, I had a guy from Baltimore recognize me. I put it on my story. He's like, comes up to me, money flow. And he's like, man, I'm gonna get in your group here soon. So that was cool. Complete stranger at Monday Night Football recognized me. That's pretty humbling, man. I'm gonna be honest. That's kind of weird, man. It freaks you out. It's cool. It's a big ego boost. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so we got 3M running. Another good thing about these dogs of the Dow stocks is they set up for trades. They set up for trades. These stage ones make easy trades. So these are going to keep running, and this is perfect. They're hitting 70 RSI, which means either today or tomorrow I'll probably want to trim some of these. I think I'd let them run, man. I think they got a little more juice in them. Look at recent ones that ran. And I'm going to have to really update my charts this weekend, or my board. Gilead's one of our recent runners, and you see what happens once it it can take a minute as it builds out this stage 3 here. Maybe it doesn't want to go down. Let's see. What does Morningstar have on Gilead? I want to say it's pretty fairly. Yeah, so they feel it's fairly valued at where it's at now at $82. So, we're seeing a little pressure on that. I had a friend trying to short sell him. I tried to tell you, sir, you can't be short selling in a bull market. And once price is over 20, we're in a bull market. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Every time I post that, like the market, they're like, well, get ready to, I don't care, sir. We're above the 20-day moving average. That means bull market. So now, look. So what are we seeing? I guarantee you a lot of this money coming off here and is buying shit like Walgreens, 3M, these other stocks that have lagged. Stocks, like taking some profits to buy from there to buy Hanes brands. You're going to roll a 2% dividend stock into 8%. Come on, man. That's called rolling money forward, man. That's beautiful. Okay, Diane says she trimmed Gilead and bought a little Zim. Let's see what's up with Zim, man. Oh, look at Zim. It wants to run. So we could see it get back to 43. Gets back to 43, we're good. We're back into green because remember, we got a 10% payout. Pretty soon, we're going to get another payout. And if this thing runs up, we're back into green. That's how fast it can turn, man. It can happen fast. Google breaking out how it's been my handle since internet chatting came out. Zach Wild, Randy Rhoads. I got you. That's why I said that. That's two of my favorite guitar players, Zach Wild, Randy Rhoads. I'm an Aussie fan, right? Full Auto 001. Oh, we got a fake Full Auto in here? Oh, did we get a fake Full Auto in here? I didn't see that. What's up, Full Auto? What do you think that dude is from? Like somewhere in Africa or something? Or India? What a strange thing to do, huh? I should at least block those guys so they got to work a little harder to get my content. I tried to go live with a fake one time. Yeah, man. I've tried to go live with a fake one, man, and I couldn't get them to do it, man. I know the professor went live with one of his ones. I think it was the professor. No, we haven't looked at Amazon. What's up, Manny? Oh, man. No, they don't. It says he wants to be me. I think he just wants your guys' money. He don't want to be me. He'd have too many problems. Life, I got a lot of problems. Let's see. So we looked at Zim. Somebody said Google's break. I'm pretty sure just about everything's breaking out but Tesla, right? Ooh, look at Google go. So what's our how do we pick the bottom? How do we know? We get the lowest low, and we know that's the lowest low because the next day it goes up, right? So next day it went up. Next day confirmed it, and now it's above the 5, and that is your buy signal right here. Now you may think, well, I had to give up. Look at this little bit that it went up. I could have got it lower. Don't worry about that, man, because 10 times you're going to save yourself when you bought here, and it just keeps going and going and going and going down, okay? So don't get caught up that it's $5 from here to here. This is your buy signal, stage 1 right there. And now it almost immediately is breaking out. So you could still add here. I wouldn't add much past here. And maybe we get a run. I mean, you're definitely going to run into problems in here. If I bought this, I don't know that I would buy here, but you could. It's a stage 2. Happy Veterans Day, my friend. Man, he was a Marine, or is a Marine. What am I saying? Was a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine, I hear. According to my dad was a Marine. And I wanted to go in the Marines, and he said, son, you're way too smart to be a Marine. No, decent. I used to make fun of. I had to make because my dad was a Marine, I was Army, my grandfather was Navy, so we'd all pick on each other. I had a buddy that's Air Force, and he was sending me a thing this morning about Happy Veterans Day. I was like, when are you going to join the military? Because he's Air Force. That's like the Boy Scouts. Maybe not. Boy Scouts are kind of an elite unit of children, so they may not be quite the Boy Scout level yet. I'm just kidding. Tesla is one that's dragging. Oh, you're welcome, sir. Hey, I'm going to be back in Texas here not too long. I'm going to try to do a Houston meetup. I've never done one. I don't know why I don't do it down there. I don't know, man. I get bummed out in Texas, so. Here's our bottom. 1, 2, 3. I think we could buy Tesla here. It's above the 5. I think you'd be all right. Said Eagle Scout here. I'm just teasing. My neighbor's Air Force. I always fuck with him about that. Oh, what did I just lock? Oh. Yeah, I think we could buy Tesla here. When this broke, I actually was a little surprised. And if you remember, I put in Discord that I bet that's Elon Musk selling to cover this Twitter deal. And come to find out, he sold $20 billion. Because I couldn't find any single person that was selling Twitter. Everyone that I mentioned Twitter to was literally buying Twitter. And I'm like, well, who the fuck is selling? And I called up my buddy who works on Wall Street, and he said there was a lot of volume, but they couldn't find any sellers either. So that kind of told me it was one seller, which most likely was Elon selling. So that's the game, man. Those are little nuances that maybe you can pick up on as you're trading more and more and more. As we know, Bitcoin's been it's a shit show, man. I wouldn't commit much money to crypto here. I mean, you want to accumulate a little bit maybe, but I think we're dead in the water for a while. I don't think anybody's going to trust anything to do with crypto for a minute unless you're self-custodying Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know. I think it's dead money for a while. Yeah, so other ones, notable ones worth mentioning. We've been talking about SoFi on here for a bit. Nice move. This is a $20 stock. I don't know when, and I'm not the only person that thinks that. So if we pull up and we go over here to Morningstar, what do they got on it? They got a $15 value. So a little less than I come up with, but still 3 times higher than where it's at now. So, we'll see. What's up, Ben? Appreciate it, Paul. Zach says he's adding a Tesla. Not a bad move, I don't think. I think this is a good spot. It's just once the market doesn't trust you, it gets really difficult to recruit any money, man. It's unfortunate. I watched a lot of stuff on FTX yesterday and on Sam and trying to understand how 30 days ago this guy's on TV being called the JP Morgan of crypto and he's bailing people out. How in 30 days do you go completely bankrupt? I just can't comprehend that. I got a feeling somebody's going to prison. Hopefully they'll bring in some regulation and we can get the crypto game going again, but under regulation. That would be nice. We need regulation. Thoughts on CYBL? I'm guessing that's a penny stock. Be careful with the pennies here. Ooh. Oh, hell no, man. Hell no. You're talking about a penny, like an actual freaking penny. No, man. No. No, we ain't doing that. That's a good way to lose all your money right there. If you want a penny stock, do SoFi or Nokia or Lyft. Look at Nokia. Set up nice. It's running now. That's a core holding of mine. What do you say? Hoodoo. Let's see. Is FDX rolling? Oh, I know you're happy, Kirby. Um, what a beautiful setup, man. And so, I mean, if we can get this bull market a rocking, it should fill in that gap, man. That's where I'd expect it to go. We're close. You could do it fast, man. Yeah, beautiful trade, man. So remember what we talk about. When that happens, do not buy. Don't be the guy doing this here. Don't, man. Learn patience. Never buy because the stock drops real big. Wait. Look at all this time you had, you know. Ultimately, that ended up being about the same price. But if you notice, okay, that's the lowest low. And then we could have started buying right here, which is actually cheaper than that, right? And so you'd have been building up in here, man. So, yeah, either way, it's good. But just learn patience on those. Still in the nat gas trade. It's down today. It's all right. As long as it holds this zone, I'm going to build it up a little. We started a position in coffee, the Money Flow gang did yesterday, using the JO. We'll see. If it breaks this 45.70 I think I had as a stop, I'm going to close it out. Yeah, I don't think it's going to fill that gap on this run. But it'll eventually fill that gap. You're probably going to get another pullback. That's more of this is an odder trade that we're in. Coffee is an unusual trade. I think D missed earnings, Dominion Energy. Yep, I would be picking this up if I didn't own it, if you're looking for some dividend stocks. Deb says winter's coming, nat gas eventually has to run. You would think, but they're saying the winter in Europe has been warmer than anticipated. So, but hopefully, and there's a problem is too, there's also a glut of supply. Still stacking Zim. Yes, not now though, it's breaking out. Not after today, I wouldn't buy any. Microsoft is flying. Yeah, I wouldn't say flying, but it's back. Yep. If you have the Money Flow book, chapter 5 says support and resistance, or in other words, supply and demand. Now, depending on who you talk to, the level of their trading, institutional traders and some floor traders will consider supply and demand slightly different than support and resistance. But in my world, they're basically the same. Support is the price at which historically a stock has had difficulty falling below. It is thought of as a level at which buyers tend to enter the stock, often referred to as support level. This can also be referred to as a demand zone. Resistance is a chart point or range that caps an increase in the level of a stock or index over a period. An area of resistance or resistance level indicates that the stock or index is finding it difficult to break through. It may head lower in the near term. The more times that a stock or an index has tried unsuccessfully to break through resistance level, the more formable that level of resistance or support become. This can also be referred to as a supply zone. And one of the interesting, where's it at? The idea of support and resistance is one of the most fascinating concepts in technical analysis. Once you understand it, price action will begin to make more sense. Try to keep this concept in mind. Price has memory. Areas where buyers have stopped price decline in the past often repeat, and the reverse applies to resistance. We go in and talk a little bit more about that in chapter 5, man. Good stuff. Okay, Private Dating Chat Girls is on YouTube now. We'll block that one. Nothing against those young ladies, but we are talking stocks right now. Unless there's a way we can invest in that, maybe, sir. I don't know. Few ones that I noticed were hitting RSIs. Win just is fixing to hit a 70 RSI. You might look at trimming that. Um, would you still buy Amazon today even though it's run? Amazon ain't run. What are you talking about? That ain't no run, man. We're not even on a stage 2. Man, you better get my book, man. Come on, man. How many times you gonna come to my live and not read the book? God damn. Come on, man. What you waiting on, man? How come you don't trade with me yet, man? You always at the swimming pool instead of hanging out with GP. Why you gonna be broke, man? Why you gonna be broke? You could be hanging out with me. Instead, you taking pictures at the pool with your shirt off instead of learning about stocks, man. 10% in a week. That ain't shit. It's not even a stage 1 yet. Just barely a stage 1, man. We just got above the 10-day, man. Stop taking shirtless pictures and come hang out with the MFG. What's wrong with you, man? God damn, how long are we going to wait? I guess we got to have, when he finally shows up, man, we'll do like, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States is here. He stopped being a pool model, and now he wants to trade stocks for real. All right, you've been hanging out with Chris Johnson too long, man. You think you're rich too. You got to get the money before you act like Chris. Some of you guys act like Chris. You ain't got no money. You don't think I see that? You guys be flashing shit. You ain't got no money, man. Look at my $30 watch. It's like, stop it. Stop all the fashion. You ain't got no money. Stop it. You're not a fashion model. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? Get some money and then do it. Take a shirtless picture in front of your apartment complex you own. Then I'll be impressed. Then I'll do it with you. I'll do a shirtless one with you. We'll both do one. At the pool that you own, at the apartment you own. Now that picture, that would get me excited. Take me a picture with your shirt off in front of the apartment you own at the pool. Then I'm going to be like, damn, this guy's a baller. And then I'll put you on my story. Balling out at the swimming pool you own. Most of you guys taking pictures. You don't even own the place, man. You're just renting it. You're visiting it. Oh, look at me. I'm at the beach. So that's my advice today, man. But no, would I add to Amazon here? Sure. You know, ideally, it was yesterday. That was the ideal. You know, would GP add here? All seriousness, probably not, sir. I'd let this set up. But I definitely want to add on the breakout, which will probably be into next week. This will probably pause. It'll set up. He knows I'm kidding with him. I was on holiday. Let me live. That's what I'm saying, man. You're on holiday. You ain't even got $1 million. You're on vacation. God damn. We got to at least get 200,000 in the stock market before we go on vacation, right? Most of you'd have to leave right now if we had that standard. Make that a standard for yourself, man. Don't go on vacation till you got at least 6 figures in fucking invested. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time, man. You're just wasting your money. Okay. Unless you count going to mama's house as a vacation. Imagine if you had to do that. You're like, you can't buy a new car till you buy your first rental property. Be a lot less cars sold. Let's see. What do? I just lost my shit job. Go get another shit job, man. The world's full of shitty jobs. The world is full of jobs, man. Go make up a job. Hey, you need your yard mowed? Hey, you need your yard mowed? Hey. Like, what are you waiting on, man? They're going to come give it to you? Go get it, man. Go get a sales job, man. Stop bullshitting. That's what I would do. If I lost a shitty job, I just go get another shitty job. Happy Vets Day. Appreciate you. Hope you take advantage of the $5 off bill today at Denny's. Huh. That's a very generous offer from Denny's, but I'm not going to Denny's today. I need 6 figures in my Vanguard for that's. I'm telling you, that's a good idea. You drive for Amazon. That's a good one. Driving for Amazon. I always trying to think, what job could I do if I needed a job. ENVX. This is one of the penny stocks that I was recommending last week. I'm just kidding about the pool, sir. You look better with your shirt off than I do. Yeah, like ENVX. I think our for me, the pivot point was right here, right? That's the pivot point. This one came right back up. So we got day 1, 2, 3. That was your buy day right in here. But I really like to see it near the 5. So right around in here was our buy, and everything's going. It's an ugly chart, though, man, to be honest. I'm in it, though. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to have to talk to Chris about that. Too many people acting like Chris before they got any money. He says, I'd love to see your boobs, Gerald. I'm going to say he's insulting me. Great stock. I know. What an insult. Okay. What else we got here? WBA, we already looked at. God, I had one on my list I wanted to go over. I had a bundle offer last week. A couple people asked me because I took it down. I think it was it was both my hard copy books, my course, and then come into Discord with us for a quarter. And I took it down because I just did it limited time. But if you mention it, I will honor it. Because I think I saved it on a video is what I did. Because I've had a few people ask me about it. Well, let's see. I've been getting a lot of trolls lately, man. I think I know who they are, though. I think it's just one troll. I think it's just one troll a bunch of times. Major Mills says, been a long time since Z hit a 70 RSI. Yep. So we got Z. Now, that was one that I was going to touch on here. Let's talk about this for a second. Because you're going to have this concept come up and it's going to mess with you, okay? If I'm trading and I need money, like I need money trading, I know money trade. I would be looking at trimming this stock. And you're like, yeah, but I'm down, whatever. That don't matter. That don't matter. Right? And if it keeps going, it keeps going. Don't worry about it because we're going to put it in equally good stocks, okay? And let's say right in here it stalls out and then it starts to come down. Well, you got less shares on the down. And on the next stage one, which takes weeks sometimes to months to develop, and you're like, what do you mean? Well, hold on. And for giggles, let's use a better chart. This one's ugly. Let's look at 3M for a second. Let's pretend this is a growth stock. And let's pretend that you paid $230. I mean, let's say in the past it was way up here at $230. And then it falls, and this is your stage one. And let's say you added or didn't add. I don't know. And then it runs up, and you hit this RSI, and you're like, well, man, I don't want to sell. I'm actually underwater. Okay? I mean, you can not, that's fine. But the chances are it's going down. Well, let's say you took off 10, 20% here. And yeah, you're underwater, but now you got money. And let's say you do that on a few of these. Now you got a little chunk of money. And now let's say this thing comes down. And it comes down, and then you start looking to put it back on. And you're trading around the position. That's called trading. You can trade around the position. That's what I would do in any growth stocks that I was smashed underwater. Whatever you paid for, it doesn't matter. Get that out of your mind. Stop using that for any fucking analysis. It means nothing. It only means something to you. It has nothing to do with where it might go or where it's come. It doesn't matter at all. It only means something to you. I'm telling you, the moment you can lose that in your decision making, it's great. It works. And you'll be much better off. Can I get the discounted course, GP? Yeah, if you're not already in, I mean, just text me. Click up there on the thing where I pinned, and you should see my phone number. You can send me a text. So Harry said, what if my average price is Z on 60? And no, I'm not trying to pick on Harry, but it's super important, Harry. Harry, listen. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck where you bought it. Nobody. Call your mom. Hey, mom, you know where I bought Z? $60. She's going to be like, what are you talking about? And then call the White House and be like, hey, Biden, can you help me out? I bought Z at $60. He doesn't care either. Then call E-Trade and go, hey, E-Trade, I bought Z at $60. They don't care. Call the company. Call the 866 number and say, hey, man, I own your stock. I bought it at $60. You know what they're going to say? Don't give a shit. So the only person in the world that thinks that matters is you. So what does that mean? It means it doesn't matter. So if you come over here and you put in Z, because what if you paid $1,000 a share and now it's worth $1? It don't matter. It is what it is. So they say Z's fair value is $70. So in a perfect world, if you were going to write a check and buy the whole damn company, you would have to write a check for $70 a share to buy the whole damn thing to take it private, like Elon just did with Twitter. So what was Twitter's price? $52. You remember? 54? Let's pull it up. They still got it in there. They already took it out of the system. Dirty bastards. Right? And so we've had this with a bunch of them. And it'll go to this true value if they take it private. It'll go to that true value. That's the price. That's what they're trading on when they talk about price targets and all that stuff, is they're trading on that, what it would be if you bought the whole company. So on Z, it don't matter what you paid for it. It matters where's it at on the money flow. So if it's a stage 3 and it goes to turn over and sell and go down, just because you paid a different price isn't going to stop the movement down. It's still going down or up. So never let what you paid interfere. Is it a buy? And I'll give you a clear example. Let's say you were losing your house to foreclosure. You probably paid more. I don't give a shit what you paid. I'm paying my price, the foreclosure price. Now here's the weird thing. I'm buying your house. You're selling your house. So you're selling one thing, I'm buying one thing. One man's foreclosure is another man's opportunity. And the only reason it's a problem to the guy being foreclosed is what? He's looking at it where he bought it. He could do the same thing I'm about to do to it. Fix it up, put it out to rent. But he can't see it because he's looking at it what he paid for it. So once you get past that, what you paid meaning anything, and then you're just trading the value of the company and the stage that it's in, man, I'm telling you, it'll liberate you in the stock market. It will liberate you. It's a confusing concept, and it takes a while to get your brain around it. But once you get it, you'll be like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, man. Which means you don't have to add to every stock you're in. Like you could hold a stock. You can be underwater 30% in a stock and just keep it and watch it float up and down. You ain't got to add anything. You ain't got to take anything. You ain't got to do shit. You could buy other stocks. So when a lot of people were down in growth stocks, I was like, yeah, you don't have to add to them, man. You could just start buying dividend stocks right now with new money. So just a thought. Takes a minute to get that through your head. So what happened to the PPL that had Twitter? They got paid. Curvy, when a stock gets taken private, you get paid. So when they say we're going to take it private at $94, you get $94. So on the day that it disappears from the stock exchange, those shares are converted to cash and they appear in your account. I don't wait that long. As soon as they announce it and the stock pops, I take my money and go. That's how I do it. While we're on it, don't buy IPOs either for everybody that's new. You notice there's no IPOs right now, right? Used to be IPOs left and right. Why? Nobody wants to IPO into a shitty bear market. So as soon as the market's doing good, you're going to start seeing IPOs again. And you're going to see all the young, stupid kids buying them like they always do, and me yelling at them not to buy it. And then some of you will be on year 2 and 3 in trading, and you'll be like, yeah, don't buy that. It'll be cheaper soon. Because it always comes down, man. Remember Uber? What did IPO at like $60? Then we bought it for $18. Never buy IPOs. Let's see. Man, I just gave you 2 bombs there. If you get those 2 concepts, you'll be night and day ahead of people. Let's look at AT&T real quick. AT&T is a 72 RSI. Here's an example, but it's a buy and hold for me, and it's still undervalued. So I'm making no moves here on AT&T. I didn't trim any. I'm not looking to buy any. It's overvalued. So I mean, it's technically overvalued at the moment. If we look at what they say it's worth $25 at Morningstar, we're at $19. What is that? Another 20% upside. I don't think we see it in this move. Possible. But what you're seeing right now is the stage 3, right? So we don't want to buy that. Now, if you just operated on fundamental analysis, you'd be like, hey, this stock is undervalued by 20%. I should buy it. It's like, not necessarily. You want to wait on this, okay? That means price has gone too far and it should pull back here. At least a little bit. You got to let that get worked off till it comes down to at least about here. Man, oh man. Yeah, we all go through those same learning things, man. You can't stop the people from the IPOs, man. It's like they're on crack or something. You can't stop them. You can't speak logic to people. It's like crypto coins that are going to the. You can't stop them, man. They're drawn to it. They can't help it, man. It's like all you guys that like to take your pool pictures. You just can't help it, man. They can't help it, man. Let's see. ZVW. What is that, man? What? Oh, VZ. I'm dyslexic. Let's see. What the hell? VZW. Man, that ain't no stock, man. Get out of here, man. Let's see. That ain't no stock, man. Let's check in on our silver trade. This is one we've been building. Silver's going to continue its run. Should I get my cryptos off exchanges right now? Wouldn't be a bad idea. Put that shit into cold storage. So we took some profits on our silver trade. Not a lot. I think I sold 10% of it. Right around in here. Remember we said at the beginning about chapter 5 of the money flow, support and resistance. Support becomes resistance. So we're seeing that now. This should be support. So we should see it push higher. There's a little bit of room left on the RSI. I'm sure it gets to at least 28. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I like it here. I mean, I'm already in it. So is Verizon a stage 3? Come on, man. Now, to be a stage 3, is got to be going sideways. So let's look at Verizon. Man, that's a stage 2, man. It broke out, and the moving averages are numerically aligned to the upside. 5-day, 10-day, 20, prices above them. It's moving higher. It's just slow grinding higher. That's a stage 2. So there's your 1, and there's your 2. And I wouldn't even look for a 3 until the RSI goes extreme, but it is growing grindly slow. I'm in Verizon. I like Verizon. What do you? Curvy said I didn't like Verizon. Come on now. You know I like Verizon. My favorite, somebody mentioned airlines. I like Delta. Bam! You remember this was a trade of the week. I had some people go, well, your trade of the week isn't working there, sir. And he's like, no, you're just too dumb to do it. So we had a big move down and we started buying it. And then it ran up and our target was the 200. You remember? It didn't hit it. It came down. We could buy a little more, a little more. They're just not used to that kind of trading. So now what? Now here we go. We're going again. Now, I thought it wasn't working. So we were actually looking for 30, I think it was $36 was our target. So right around in here. Looks like we hit it. Ha ha. So there we go. Everybody was talking shit about this are wrong. And I was right. Now it's $36. So let's see what they have on it. And I'll check your airline. Your airline sucks though. Mine's better. Let's see. They got it trading at oh, that ain't right. significantly undervalued, significantly, at 38% discount, $57. Wow. That is a lot. Let's see. ALGT. Allegiant Travel. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know this one. I don't know this. I don't even know what this is. Is this an airline? Yeah, BX, man. I got like 30-something thousand of that thing. That thing is flying. Edgar made a good comment here. Let's see. This is a good one. Even if you only have 5 shares, will you sell 1 and ride the way down with 4 or not sell at all? I guess it depends. I mean, let's at the outset, let's just say it's not enough money that it fucking matters, right? Can we just clear the path with that? I'm a big proponent in do what you would do with a little, the same as you would do with a lot. So if I dropped $1 million in your hand and I said, okay, Edgar, I need you to manage it, and you hadn't been managing it, you hadn't been executing on threes, you're not used to executing and pulling the trigger. It's one thing to say it in your head. It's nothing to pull the fucking trigger. It's another thing to get up and click the button, see the RSI hit, you hit the button, you raise the cash. Because now what if you got 10 stocks and you only got 5 shares in each and 4 of them hit the RSI and you click 1 share on 4. Now you got a little chunk of money. You could buy another position or add to one that's a stage 1. Now you're doing what we call trading. Or you could just stare at it and go, I don't have enough money. So, big part of me wants to say, yeah, I would execute on that, or at least feel like you did. I think you should, man. I would do it. But again, I don't know if we're talking about a buy and hold account. There may not be a reason to. Meaning I'm not trimming AT&T because it's still significantly undervalued. But I did trim Gilead because it's fair valued. Make sense? This one I trimmed. Gilead I didn't. Or AT&T I didn't. LMT I trimmed. Right? I trimmed this. And what do they say LMT's worth? Let's see. That's Lockheed Martin. Fair valued. So I want to trim fair valued stocks that hit 70 RSI because they're fair value and they're likely to come down now. Who wants to own a fair valued anything? Hey, sir, could I interest you in a fair value duplex? No. I would like it significantly at a discount, please. You know what I mean? So I don't want fair value anything. I mean, I'll hold it, but I don't want to buy it. And if I can trim it to get money to buy something undervalued, I'd rather do that. So I think you practice it, man. If I had 5, I think I'd sell 1. And that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Or at least acknowledge that you did. Do something to make it feel like you did, even if you don't, so that you're at least in the practice of doing it. That's how I like to see it. I kind of think however you're going to trade with a little bit of money is pretty much how you're going to trade with a lot of money, which is why a lot of people lose a lot of money. Because they trade a little bit of money like shit. So they're going to trade a lot of money like shit. That's just how it works. I listened to that guy the other day explain why if you have a smaller account, you should trade different. That is the dumbest crypto bullshit I ever heard, man. You should trade it different. No, you shouldn't. Why would you trade it different, man? You think a guy that has $1 billion is going to trade it different than that? Like, why? Why would you trade it different? It doesn't make any sense, man. Trade it like you're going to trade it, like if you have a bunch, man. That's why old people end up getting in trouble when they get old and then they retire. They've never watched the stock market. And the reason it worked for them is they didn't do anything. In other words, they just bought it, let it drive for 30 years. They've been doing that. Now they're retired and they're watching Fox News and they're seeing the president. It scares the shit out of them. And then they start doing things with their money. And they hadn't been doing it for 30 years and then they mess it up, man. Next thing you know, they're buying gold and waiting for the end times and waiting for Jesus to come back. And that's because they hadn't been managing their money. And now they're in a spot where they have to. So I say treat it like you would treat it, man. That's my thoughts on that. He says Allegiant is better than American Airlines when flying. I don't know why I don't know this airline, but I don't. I think I'm a big fan of Delta. What's up, Nick? You still drinking or you working? Let's see. All right, so I think we've had like, well, I'll wrap up here shortly. I think we've had like look at this move in Home Depot. It's like $20, dude. God bless. All of these were buyable too. This has been a real choppy chart. Stage one. All of those were buyable. It's been a rough chart. 1, 3, 1. So there's the pattern, right? And then what started to go, this just ended up being a big stage one, and now we're ripping. Yeah, SoFi's doing some work for sure. I think Tesla's a buy right here. It's a stage one. That's it, man. Oh, so Chris says that airline sucks. I mean, I've never heard of it. So, I mean, probably because I focus so much on Delta, I just haven't heard of it, man. Any thoughts on investing in VU and the S&P monthly based on for 5 years? Let's see. Got a stage 2 breakout on the SPY. Yeah, investing in an index fund is no fucking brainer. Stop asking people that stupid question. It's a no-brainer, man. This is like saying, should I breathe when I'm underwater? No, you'll die. Oh, okay. Index funds are a no-brainer. Like if you have friends that don't invest in the stock market and they're not invested in index funds, they just want to be broke, man. I don't know what else to say. It's a no-brainer. So yeah, in all seriousness, that should be your default. As far as 5 years, I mean, there's only been a handful of 5-year periods where the S&P wasn't positive. So it's a no-brainer investing in the S&P. I don't know what you mean by monthly. You know, yes, if you're kind of on the spectrum, slow, lazy, don't want to look at stock charts, yeah, buy the index fund. Can't go wrong. Or if you got other things you're doing, like maybe you're busy doing something else, buy the index fund. It works. I think you can do a lot better if you were to learn stocks and build out a portfolio. I think you can outperform the index. No, I would not buy Bitcoin here. Let's see. So that's my point. I don't. There's nothing to talk about when it comes to index funds. You just buy them. That's it. You just buy them and that's it. Go about your day. There's really no conversation. Let's see. Cruise lines have been doing good. I'm not in that business. Good for trades though, without a doubt. Now, he did say something interesting. Any thoughts on investing in the VU S&P monthly? I would only do monthly investings if I got paid monthly. You guys that get paid daily should invest daily, and if you get paid weekly, you should invest weekly. I invest daily. And if you get paid monthly, drop your money in there once a month and then spread it out as deals come open, as stuff comes up. That's my thoughts on that. The spectrum, let's see. All right, man, that looks like it's it, man. I think we're just going in circles. Looks good. Everything looks good. Reread chapter 5 of the Money Flow on support and resistance. Dig into that. That's going to be your homework this weekend. Crypto. Don't buy any fucking crypto stocks. Are you guys insane? Anybody buying crypto stocks is dude, go in the mirror and just punch yourself in the face right now if you're out here buying crypto stocks. Are you out of your mind? I mean, not to say you can't buy them in the future, but right now, when the whole fucking industry's collapsing, I remember when Russia first invaded Ukraine, I had a guy wanting to buy Russian stocks. I'm like, are you out of your mind? They were fixing to seize the assets of all of these companies. Federal like raids are going to come down. Like you can't rip off Wall Street like that, and then the FBI doesn't come after you, man. So now, don't do suicide missions. You don't need to. There's so much easy stuff out here. You ain't got to do that, man. Why is it collapsing? What are you living underground? You haven't heard about FTX? Let's see. All right, Chris. Cool, man. I'll text you back after the live, man. Good to hear from you. Yeah. Anybody looking for a home to trade, just send me a text and we'll talk about it. He said it's okay, everyone. I'm here now. Buy fear. No. Yeah, but there's also called don't buy bankruptcies. They're going fucking bankrupt, man. Who's going to be the next one? 30 days ago, FTX was awesome. It was the best one out there. Tom Brady's in it. BlackRock, all these institutions. And now they literally in 30 days are bankrupt. I wouldn't trust anyone right now. Doesn't mean I don't like, I just don't trust them, man. I don't trust them. I'm not going to park my Ferrari Ninth Ward, and I'm not fucking buying these stocks of people that we don't know what's going on, man. So, no, I wouldn't do it. I would let them settle the real reasons. You think that's why she left Tom over FTX? Something tells me it was more than that. That'd be funny. I want to buy BTC, but I don't trust any exchange. Right, exactly. You could put it on cold storage. I don't even think I'd run off and buy a BTC right now. I think you got plenty of time. Plenty of time. I think it's dead for years, or at least a year. It's going to be a while before any big money trust until all this shit gets washed out. We got to get all this washed out, man. All this craziness that's going on right now. So I wouldn't trade coin. No. I'm not saying I'd sell it, but I'm not adding to it. Dude, they could be bankrupt next fucking week. Let's be real. Here's coin. I own it. I'm not adding to it. I'm not adding to it. It's up today, though. I guess people, of all of them, yeah, Coinbase, because it's publicly traded, blah, blah, blah. But I don't trust any of them right now, man. You're too popular. Got too many guys calling you. Let's see. Just me. It's just OGP talking. And I can only tell you where I put my money, right? That's all I do. My man says, do you plan on making more? I got more hard copies right here. Oh, you can't see. You're on Instagram. I got hard copies right now, bro. Get you one. We'll ship it out. Oh, I'll even sign it for you. Let's see. I'll put my number in there. If you get real lonely, you can call me. Let's see. Followed for a while. Only recently started trading. Now I have time. We'll happily try to get the book. All right. Get the book. But I need you to lose this bullshit about you and time. I mean, you ain't got time. How the fuck are you going to run for president and have a TV show and write a book and run 5 or 6 businesses? Are you too busy? Are you too busy? Like, better lose all that, man. You're not too busy. You got plenty of time, man. You don't need time to trade. Once you learn to trade, it don't take long. It takes very little time at all, actually, once you know what you're doing. Let's see. He says MFA. Yeah. Sometimes I get that guys will be like, well, I'm just too busy to trade. I've never been too busy to get fucking rich. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? I had a guy the other day tell me, I don't have time to do real estate now. You listen to yourself. You're stupid. It sounds what you're saying. What do you mean you don't have time? Time? What are you doing? Getting smarter made me more money in 4 years breaking into tech than trading. I was buying and holding for 4 years, though. Getting smarter made me more money. Well, yeah, of course, making money. Okay. What have you bought? You got to be able to do more things, sir. Rich people do more things. So you have to be able to learn, at the same time, execute on other things. Expand your brain. What have you bought today? If you were in the Discord, you would know. Let's see. All-time fitness, right? Exactly. We're going to help you with that, sir. Get the book. We're going to help you. You're going to do 10 times more. You're going to, let's see. Is it too late for HBI 72% discount? No. It's not too late. It's just now breaking out. Am I buying here today? No, because we've been buying. But this price is still dirt cheap. The RSI just crossed 58. Now, if you just want to add to bring your position down, I like this stock enough. I would prefer you're adding here and here. I mean, we were adding up here. I added up here. Shit, I bought up here. I bought all these stage one. I've got like $15,000 of this stock. I've been buying stage ones. Now we're ripping. So, yes, I've bought higher than this. Ideally, on the money flow, this is not where I like to buy. It's already ripped because probably on Monday it pulls back to like 750. You could pick some up, but maybe it doesn't, man. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, so let's see. I like Tesla. I might buy some into the close, as a matter of fact. I might buy some Tesla into the close. We'll see. Yeah, man. All right. Appreciate everybody. I'm babbling now. You guys be good. Have a great weekend. And see you in Discord if you're trading with me, man. Anything I can do for you guys, you just let me know, okay? I appreciate you. What's up, YouTube? Man, this HBI is ripping, huh? That is nice. We needed that, man. That thing was so low. It's up 15% right now. How beautiful is that? Wow. But look out. Let's pull this up on the weekly. I had to shut Instagram down. Look at this giant. Look at this giant pattern. My God. Look at this. So we've been here before, right? We've been here before, man. One, two, three. I mean, wow. Looks good. And now I have guys, I posted that picture about how great the market was yesterday. And I had a lot of people talking shit. But if you go look on a weekly, it's trying to break out. Tried to break out here, tried to break out there. So, but the SPY looks like a stage 2 breakout on the weekly. So I think we're gonna be all right, man. All right, man. You guys on YouTube, be good. I love this song.